Hello everybody and welcome. This is the first video in learning how to use a CNC machine that we have. So we're very lucky to have one, and it can really produce some great results. Some of the things you've seen in the woodwork room. I'm just calling this one signage because we're going to make a sign. That's the first thing that we're going to make on the CNC machine. So click that button and open up a new document. Now I'm going to go through this, how I'm going to make my sign. And there's a few things that you need to watch out for. So I'm going to put my sign on the top plane. Actually, no, I'll put on the front just to show you something later. I'm going to go sketch on the front, grab a center point rectangle and draw it out. Now ours is going to be 500, no bigger than 500 by 250. Alright, so there's our sign. I'm going to put a couple of construction lines in just to make life a bit easier. So I'm going to go across the middle like that. I'm going to go corner to corner and another one corner to corner. I will also grab some points and put them on the center line. So see where that little square pops up? That's exactly where I want my points. Everything at this point should be black. It is fully constrained. And next step is to start putting some words in. So from experience, every word on your sign, just do it as a separate text box. You probably won't have that many signs, words, just because of the size of the cutter that we'll use. But we'll talk about that later. My mum's name is Verena, and this is like a Mother's Day present for mum to put in the garden. I don't think I will bold. You can bold if you like, but I don't think I will. I'm going to do another one, open this one here, and it's her garden. Excellent. You can play around with fonts if you really like, but the CNC machine has to be out, the cutter, so the thing that cuts it out has to be smaller than all of these gaps, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so we've got our line here. We need to put these in here. So we're going to go to, what are we going to do? Midpoint. We're going to pick this center line and we're going to put it on our line. Whoa, that's huge. Let's scale it down a little bit, but it's still all around that center point, which is good. I'll fix that later, and we're going to do the same here. So midpoint, this point, that line. That's how midpoint works. This point, that line. Alright, what happens with this name? Alright, fine. Want to play hardball? We know our sign is 500, so we're going to drag this up and we'll make it smaller than 500, 480. We'll make it big, but not too big. And garden, I actually want the garden a little bit smaller, just for the aesthetic. It's not as important as the name, so we might go 450. I think that looks nice. Okay, if you're following with me, just to get for an example, you can turn my planes off. You can put your name in there and something else, but this amount of letters is probably going to work well for what we're doing. Okay, so we've got extrude. We're going to extrude all of this out. That looks pretty good to me. So click the background and get rid of the letters. I'm not going to leave these little bits in. I don't think it's needed. So I'm going to leave them out. And the thickness of our piece is 13. But what we're going to do is split it up in two. So we're going to do 13 divided by 2. And we're going to have this bit, no, that's right, we're going to have it above. So you can see the origin points there. We're going to push this one up so the arrow is pointing up. and click that. Fantastic. We need to turn our sketch back on, and we're going to click this again, but we might hide this part and we might just select everything. And then what happens if we turn it back on? Alright, so we're going to go down instead of up. Remember, it's 13 divided by 2, or you can do the maths yourself, but I like the machine to do it. And we're going to add, so this is all the same piece. And then you can see I've got all my stuff there. You can see Verina's garden, fantastic. It's looking like a good sign. With this sign, there's a couple more things I want to do. I want to round off the edges because they're a bit sharp for mum. And I'm just going to click these lines, and this is a fillet, so it's basically just going to put whatever round I want. 1 mil is a bit small for this. 2 mil, I don't like a big round. You can go bigger if you like, but I don't want a big round. And all those other things are fine. Another thing that I want to do is just put some holes in it, just in case mum wants to tie a piece of string around a tree and hang the sign up. So I'm going to put a sketch on the top and probably draw a construction line. And probably want my line about there. I'm going to put a couple of circles. Maybe I'll just do one circle. Now, the size of your circle, we will make it, might be a bit big. 6.5. Oh no, actually I want to show you something later. We'll make it 6.35. And I want to not just put it anywhere. I want to put it sort of in a good space. So I'm actually doing this the wrong way here. What I want to do is draw a line down the middle. I want to work it from the middle. So get rid of that. Dimension from the center of my circle to that line. And I want about 100. Okay, then I just want to mirror from my line. I want my circle on the other side. Escape mirror. Perfect, we're looking good. The reason why it's still blue is because it doesn't know how big to be here. It's saying 15, let's just round it off at 20. So now it's all like that, perfect. Alright, there's two ways you can put a hole in. You can extrude. We don't often use the hole function, so we might use it here. Click hole, click your dot, click your other dot. This is the size, 6.35. The depth is just through, and you'll see that we've got our hole all the way through. Perfect. Merge scope with part 1, so it's going to be in part 1. Simple, counterbore, countersink. We're just going to be simple today, I think. Click that. Alright, there's mum's sign. Perfect. There's the back of mum's sign. Just a bit of a tip. If you ever want to flip around to the other side, you can click this little border around here and it'll just flip straight around. Okay. So there's mum's sign. Now we need to get on to the CNC. That will happen in the next video.